Even before Governor Eddie Calvo's Bill 12S could get off the ground, it was met with turbulence.
I really do think that this is premature, and with the government going out for what looks like about over $200 million in bonds, we really should have a public hearing.
Vice Speaker B.J. Cruz pointing to the fact that on Tuesday, Committee Chair on Appropriations, Senator Ben Pangilinan, had actually scheduled a public hearing on Bill 129 for August 6th. The legislation is substantially similar to the governor's legislation that senators were called into special session to discuss today. Senator Chris Duenas was co-author of Bill 129, saying he understands Cruz's concern, but his bill has been languishing in committee for months.
I want to reiterate that it was introduced on May 31st, and there has been ample time, quite a bit of time actually, between then and now to have had a public hearing on this bill.
And they cannot continue to do this where they tell us on the 11th hour they want something, and at the 11:30 it say it's impossible, we're going to turn into pumpkins at 12 o'clock. They've known it since this morning. This is no way to run government.
The fact of the matter is I continue and maintain that, and I know there's been plenty of work that's been going on, but I maintain that 60 days is a long time, particularly when in that same 60 days or within that same quarter or two, we've seen an entire point, I believe, change in market rates.
It's the change in the market that the airport and the Guam Economic Development Authority are trying to take advantage of, but need the legislature's cooperation and authorization. Specifically, they are looking to refund its 2003 revenue bonds, that is $135 million, and borrow $125 million in new money for capital improvement projects. The refinancing portion, according to the Calvo administration, is expected to save GIAA $1.6 million annually. Gita and the airport say the effort to refinance their revenue bonds began in February with dialogue with senators. The two government entities need to issue a call notice to current bondholders by August 30th. Gita's Lester Carlson and GIAA Executive Manager Chuck Atta.
Today is the culmination of all the communications that we've had with I think just about every single office in this legislature regarding the intent of the bill. And at its heart, at its core, is first and foremost the savings that can be obtained. So we'd like the certainty today to be able to proceed as opposed to waiting until the public hearing is held.
Again, we did look forward to possibly having a public hearing on this, but unfortunately, again, with the timelines, as we made our legislative rounds to seek support to actually have it move out of committee, we were actually even told by numerous members of the 32nd Guam legislature to possibly seek the governor's assistance in having this heard in a special session because of the timelines that are required.
But with $250,000 total included in Bill 12S, senators still questioned whether they could wait until Monday to get public input.
We've not heard, from those who are a part of the airport. The vendors who are there, the airlines who are there. Do you have any letters of support from any of those
Ma'am, may I, Mr. Santos or Mr. Atta?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Madam Speaker, we actually have letters from every single signatory airlines in support of this effort.
According to Atta, the airlines are actually excited to see the improvements. According to the legislation, some of those projects include the construction of an international arrivals corridor, hold bag screening relocation, common use check-in facilities, parking expansion, an inter-island passenger facility, the replacement of the ARF facility, upgrading the airport's IT and FMS, as well as enclosing arrival tunnels. The term of the loan would be for 32 years from the date of issuance. The new funding would be paid through additional revenues generated from the new airport concessionaire contract.